Good morning. Mary here with High Song Grows, bringing you Farmer Friday. A little bit about what's been going on around here this week. Mostly this week we've been still hot and dry, though some days have been really humid. We just aren't getting any rain yet. Just trying to keep everything alive. Some things we've been more successful at than others. Worked on a new product for skincare, muck pins. Worked on the swamp cooler because it was 90 degrees in the kitchen for a few days, and it's still not much cooler than that, but it's a little better. Yeah, so just trying to survive. Set up at the Globe Miami Farmers Market. Fresh eggs, goat milk sugar scrub, goat milk lotion, goat milk soap, and a few shampoo bars left. Y'all come on down. We're here in the train park until 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
We got a coyote sitting up there. I can't see him. He's probably just the other side of the big chicken house up that way. But, yeah. Digger would like to get out and chase him. But that's not what we need to do. We just need to bark, okay? And stay inside the fence. Alrighty, it's Sunday. And this morning I did chores and mucked Bambi's pen a little bit. And then I went to the house of some new friends because I've talked to them before at the farmers market and stuff, but yesterday we were talking and he says, oh, something about some plywood, that he had a whole stack of plywood and he was going to take it to the dump. And I'm like, don't take it to the dump, oh no. And bless his heart, he gave it to me. So I went out to pick it up this morning. Y'all look at this. I don't even know how many pieces are in there. I was kind of iffy coming back out the dirt road, man. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 sheets of plywood. I think they're 3/8. They are a little bit weathered, but I tell you what, they're gonna be just fine making a bunkhouse for Bentley and reinforcing the big chicken house where some of the old pallet wood is shredding up and falling off. So this is freaking amazing. I just got to figure out where I'm going to stack it until I can use it. Okay, I'm just feeling so blessed and so grateful, and hopefully I can get it stacked up and covered before we have any huge amount of rain, and get it used and like painted and stuff. So I'm just excited. Yeah, I know your kid's in the way. Come on, Beans, you gotta move your butt. Thank you. Thank you very much. A little bit more. A little bit more. Oh. Okay. My loves, you have sure turned into a big old hunk of girl. Tell ya. Look at that. Yeah, she is probably a little over-conditioned, but she is also just a big girl. Yeah. Boy, y'all are wrecking your house up. I know it wasn't the best tarp in the world to start with, but y'all did not have to help it. I'll have to put that in the budget. Hi, Spots. You're so handsome. Yes, you are. You're such a handsome boy. Yes, you are. Yeah. Well, this is the state of the cover crop area. So, kind of what I figured might happen. But I'm still a little disappointed because I was really hoping that some of the flowers and things would manage to escape the onslaught of the birds and rodents. But even the zinnias and things are gone, and nasturtiums are gone, so that's okay. At least there were some roots in the ground for a little bit, boosting the biology, making nutrients more available. I got the mulch down, so, you know, I'll just try again some more later. When the weather cools off, I'm hoping I can get on the outside of the fence, cut some of this thicker brush down, and put some chicken wire around on the outside, and then bend it out flat on the ground and pile rocks on it. That'll help with more predator proofing, and it will help keep the rabbits out of here. So then we can try again. I'm not sure my poor little Rose of Sharon's gonna make it. I don't really see any more ants over here, so I think we got rid of them, but maybe they just did too much damage, maybe down in the roots. And of course it's been hot and dry. I've been trying to keep it watered. So, I don't know. This has been a really hard year. Good morning. Good morning. It's Tuesday. And of course, always lots of things to do. Big focus this week is getting ready for the Prickly Pear Festival on Saturday down in Superior, Arizona, where you can learn all about the prickly pear cactus and its fruit, and how to use even the pads, the leaves, pads, as well as other desert foraging like mesquite beans and things like that. So I try to attend every year, and we always have a great time at the farmers market on that day. Most chores are done. I think I do need to go fill up Digger's water trough, and it's supposed to be cloudy this morning. Warm, hot today, but cloudy. So that I might try and go do some pin mucking real quick before it gets too hot, and then I got to come in and start getting ready for things ready for next Saturday. Alrighty, I tried to make a bigger angle on the camera so I'm not headless, but my phone doesn't want to play. So I kind of decided, the sun was coming over the hill, it was getting hot. I thought, you know what, instead of making pins today, let's get as much product made up as possible, so that because who knows what'll happen later on in the week. I mean, you know, goats and the goofy dog. So I have made, see if you can see it, so batch of lavender sugar scrub, goat milk sugar scrub, and then I have a batch of a new product in the works, and I will show you that in a little bit. And I've been printing labels. Okay. These are kind of fiddly to do because I always look for that little smooth spot on the jar. That's where I'm going to put the fragrance label. But I look for that spot before I set my lid down so that I can get my lid centered to the front of the jar. Let's see what else. I'm wiping rims and bottoms with alcohol so that the labels stick, and I know they're clean. They haven't got anything slopped on them. I have, so we're just gonna work away at getting product made up for Saturday. And though I'm not gonna probably make any, I won't make any soap or shampoo this week probably, but I will start next week trying to make a lot so it can get curing for Christmas and the other holidays coming up, because it takes 6 to 8 weeks for that stuff to cure and be ready to package. Okay, now maybe you can see what I'm doing. I'm wiping rims and jars with alcohol. I find my little smooth spot, tells me the front of the jar. I get my lid on, ring on, and then I'm going to flip it over so we can put the ingredient label on the bottom. Anyway, I was saying, I just was like, I don't want to go outside and get all hot and sweaty. I was sweating at 4 o'clock this morning when I went out there. Well, 4:30. So we're just going to get as much stuff made up as possible, because who knows what the rest of the week's going to be like, you know? It just never know what's going to happen. I did cut a batch of soap. So this is my new product, Goat Tallow Skin Balm. It is a combination of rendered goat tallow, shea butter, and avocado oil. And I especially made it for really dry, cracked skin. I've been playing with recipes since about January, and I'm really liking this one. And what I do is I whip it so that it's a little light. No, that container's a little too full. And it's a little heavier than my lotion. But if you have really bad dry cracks, overnight this is starting to heal my hands up. So it's really awesome. And this will be at the Prickly Pear Festival this Saturday, August 23rd. And after that, I will have it at the Globe Miami Farmers Market. Right now, I have it in unscented and lavender essential oil. Somebody leave their brain laying around? Look at that. Isn't that cloud so weird? I'm pretty sure the black part underneath is smoke, but I don't know about the top part. Just really strange looking. Okay. I went went to the store because I realized I needed more of these little jars, and then I was like, I'm looking for some little skinny shelves that'll fit right on this cabinet. So then I can get all my bottles of fragrances out of the dark cabinet they're in, that I have to like get down on my knees and turn the flashlight on my phone so I can see what's in there. So then they'd be right here behind me and I could just turn around and see them easier. And I have been to 3 places in town and nobody has nothing. One place had a shower caddy with 2 shelves. It would have been just about perfect, but I need like, 4 to 6 shelves. And I thought, well, I could hang them off each other, but it was the last one they had. And so that was my luck today. So I was like, okay, never mind. Something will turn up at some point. And I came back and let's see. This is my second batch of sugar scrubs today. Plus I made a batch of Goat Tallow Skin Balm, my new product, which I'm really excited for. And then, what else? Well, that's all I've made, but I've washed dishes, I don't know, 3 or 4 times now. Like everything. And now I've got another batch of dishes to wash for making this. But I have not made any lotion yet because I've been waiting on an order of lotion pumps to come in. Because I have like maybe 5 large pumps left and no smalls. And of course, if I only made a batch of something in just large, then everybody'd want it in smalls, So anyway, they're supposed to be here on Thursday. We're crossing our fingers. If they don't show up on Thursday, then I will scrounge around every little bottle and pump and stuff that might be floating around here and do what I can do until they come in. Hopefully, it'd be nice if they show up tomorrow. That'd be awesome, because then I could do 2 or 3 batches tomorrow afternoon and some more on Friday, because I have a big long list of lotion that I'm out of. So, anywho's, that's about a bazillion degrees today. I think the car said it was 103 down on the highway. And like 101 in the driveway. I don't know what it is in here in the house. It's not cool at all, though. So, and especially not in this room. This room just doesn't get any air movement. I could move the little fan, but then it'd be blowing right at my stuff and blow my papers and things around. So we're almost done. We're almost done. Then we'll go in the other room and sit under the fan. Maybe have another glass of iced coffee. Anyway, let's see. I'll talk to you in a little bit. Okay. Just maybe not my night. It's like bedtime. I was fixing to wash the dishes so I could go to bed and decided I had to go pee. Then I could hear the water running, so I had to come turn the water off. And then I thought, oh, you know what else? I got water running up in the back that I gotta go turn off. And then I thought, oh, I never filled up the girls' water buckets this evening, did I? We gotta go check. Oh no, I'm backlit. Sorry about that. It's like 5:45 in the morning, and it is still 80 degrees in my kitchen. The cooler, I can feel very cool air
about 6 or 8 feet away from it. But beyond that, no. So as soon as I get done milking and things, we're going to take a look at the cooler. I don't know if I need to adjust the belt again. I don't know if I need to change the pads again, or what. But I'm going to see if we can get it a little bit better anyway, because we're supposed to be around 100 degrees again this week. I'll be really happy when summer's over. Alrighty. A couple days ago, Miss Pinnobean put her whole nasty dirty foot in the milk pail. And when that happens, what I do is I filter that milk last. That's one of the reasons I like to keep everybody's milk separate when I'm milking. And then, so now we're going to freeze it for soap. Because we have to have our milk frozen when we make soap. So that works and it's not wasted. Otherwise, I could have poured it to the chickens. That's fine, but I got other things that the chickens are getting, like cheese whey and stuff, so they didn't really need more milk. Okay, let's check the cooler out. I can see already we probably need to change the pads again. That's pretty crazy. I usually only do it once a year, sometimes a year and a half. Yuck. Okay, this is so funny. Can y'all hear it? Can you see it fizzing down in there? Right there inside. So, at the beginning of summer when I was changing pads, I couldn't get this side off. So those pads been on there since at least the beginning of last summer. And I still can't budge it because it's really corroded on. We have horrendously hard water here. And it's really bad when it's really hot and dry and the cooler's running all the time because of course it's evaporating all the water out and all the minerals stay behind. And it's just sort of welded this side piece to the frame. So I poured some 30% cleaning vinegar along in there and up at the top to kind of drip through, and maybe I can get it loosened up so I can get that out and change the pad, and maybe the cooler will work better. Okay, finally got it to budge. Now let's see if I can actually get it all the way out. Oh my goodness. We definitely need to do some cooler maintenance this winter. We kind of need to like scrub it and sand it and paint it and stuff like that. Oh my goodness. That thing weighs a ton, and I'll bet it's mostly calcium. Okay, well, get busy here. No wonder my allergies are acting up. Mold and algae. Okay. And that's like solid calcium there. Okay, we're gonna clean this up. I'm not sure how much more of the new pads I have. I'm gonna replace this one first. And then if I have enough, I'll replace my other two. That stuff has been hard to come by this year, so, and it's very expensive, so I'm not going to take those pads out until I know I have enough to replace them. You can see all the calcium buildup inside the frame. I think I'm going to pour some of that vinegar on here and let it sit a few minutes, and then I'll scrape out as much of it as I can. I don't think I have a wire brush anymore. Yeah,
seems to be missing in action. All right, trying to get some of the crud out of the pan so we're not sucking it up in the water pump. A lot of dirt, debris, calcium buildup, flakes of rust. Yeah, I'm really bad at maintenance, you know, and I'm really trying to get better about that kind of stuff. I mean, look at all this stuff here. Yeah. Okay, so I have enough pad to change one more side, and I might could piece pieces together to do the third side. But look at that. This is only like, I don't know, 2.5 months. Look at how cruddy it is and full of calcium. It's because we're in a drought and there's not very much water compared to the amount of minerals we've got. Plus, of course, the water's evaporating continuously and concentrating the minerals. So, yeah. Okay, on the home stretch here, I think I have enough small cut-offs that I can piece together to work on this third side. But y'all ever have an internal debate like the sun has come over the hill and it's getting hotter than blazes out here, and I was just like, oh, that's good enough, 2 sides, we can do the other one some other day. And then I'm kind of like, yeah, what other day are you going to get to that? And then I'm like, I don't know, maybe next year. So, and I just kept telling myself, look at how gross that is, man. I just kept telling myself, you got to get it done, then it'll be all done. And I shouldn't have to mess with it the whole rest of the summer. And sometime this fall or over the winter, I will try to work on like taking everything apart and priming and painting the pan and all of that stuff and getting all the crud out of this. Because like I can't, even with my 30% vinegar, if this stuff is in a hard dry spot, it's not coming off. So I think what I'll do is this fall, I'll see about getting a mixing tub, a mortar tub, and you know, kind of little rectangle, heavy duty plastic things. Anyway, I'm thinking that one of those and several gallons of this 30% vinegar, and I could strip all this calcium off of all the parts and then prime it and paint it. And then next summer we ought to stay really nice and cool. Okay, so we are running out of vinegar here. Okay, we might just have to pour it on. I don't know, can you hear that fizzing? Chemical reaction between the acid vinegar and the alkaline calcium. Okay, we're not perfect, but we're a lot better than we were when we started. So we're gonna go turn this on, make sure the spiders work, and see what happens. Oh, yes. I have a lot more airflow now that I got those clogged pads taken care of. And even though it was extra work and I'm extra hot and sweaty, I'm glad I did go ahead and do that third side. Then I don't have to mess with it later. Whoa. That'll probably take a little bit before the pads get fully saturated and it really starts cooling down. But just having extra airflow is really nice. So I'm standing about 10-12 feet from the cooler. And yesterday I could not feel the air moving at all. And oh yeah, Okay, note to self, check the pads more frequently than once a year. Okay. I guess the heat done addled my brains today. I was supposed to bring some stuff for a customer when I came to buy feed, and I needed to come to my other feed store and always bring them cash. And I didn't bring the stuff for the customer, and I didn't bring no cash. So I gotta go home and get it, come back. About 104 this afternoon. And a minute ago, Bambi, yeah, there she goes. You see her panting? Yeah, she's really hot. Everybody else is hot, but I think Bambi's the most distressed. And we got a dead bird in one water bucket and some poop in the other water bucket. So we'll get these cleaned out and give them some electrolytes. Alrighty, it's Thursday evening. I'm almost done milking. I just got pinto bean left. I'm coming up here to drink the water hose. Oh, was about 102 or so today. And then it got real cloudy, and it's thinks it might rain. I'm not holding my breath. Because, you know, so far we ain't got nothing. So, but things up here were kind of droopy, so I've been running the water hose. Because unless we get like 3 inches of rain, whatever it does, I mean, a little rain and some humidity will help, but it's not gonna fix our issue here, which is the fact that our ground is so dry. Even where I water regularly, it's really dry, and things are really droopy and wilty. So this has been a really hard year, and hopefully it'll get better. Otherwise, I'm about ready to just give up. So there's about 4 little cherry tomato plants here. Some kind of squash or pumpkin. There's another squash over there. Maybe 1 or 2 tomatoes have made it, and a little patch of mint. Drew some artichokes. They're not doing too horrible. Mulberry tree. Pomegranate. It has a few fruit on it, not like last year though. My little fig trees are not growing real fast there. Like that little guy needs a drink of water real bad. You know, even half the oregano has dried out and died. I barely kept it, the main part of the plant, alive. Okay, I've been making lotion like a crazy person. Yesterday when I got home from work, I made a batch of unscented. This morning I've already made a batch of orange blossom that is cooling off over there. And now I'm going to make a batch of rose. And then I got like 3 more kinds I need to get made up today. Okay, so that's a batch of orange blossom lotion. There's a batch of rose. And there's a batch of prickly pear. And then I'm going to make some prickly pear face scrub. Oh, it's almost 5:30 and it's probably still 100 degrees out here. And that sun feels like a blast furnace. We had cloud cover for a little bit, but it's all blown out. There's another cloud coming up over the south. I don't know. If nothing else, maybe it's raining over there in the mountains. I don't know. Yeah. You can't see them from here, but our big Pinnell Mountains are in that direction. So, if nothing else, it's maybe raining somewhere. We got a bunch of scaredy goats. Still a bunch of scaredy ducks. Yes, I'm gonna come do your water right now. Well, it's been a long, hot, busy day. I did get a good amount of lotion and stuff made for tomorrow. And it's almost full dark. It's a lot darker than it looks like in video. Thing behave. And I'm almost done milking, and then I still got to feed Digger and the cats and give everybody their hay pellets and fill water buckets. I filled most of the chickens' waters tonight, so I don't have to do it in the morning. That's one thing off my list in the morning. And tomorrow will be kind of a long day. And then I think I'm going to get my little farmer boy tomorrow afternoon. He hasn't come to visit in a while. His mom's trying to pick up some extra shifts on her work, so I might have him tomorrow night and Sunday. Otherwise, not too exciting around here, really, you know. Just trying to make it through the weather and still waiting for rain. Craziest year I have ever seen in my life. Anyway, y'all have a good weekend and a good week, and we'll see y'all next time.